But what's an underrated use case that you think, if you were going to do a startup that's going to be a breakthrough in the next year to 18 months that you think people should be focused on or people aren't talking about enough?
I think there's like one company that I really like, that I would say it's not that I would say talked about. It's not that it doesn't exist. It's just not that talked about, and it is actually in the financial services space to this point. And what the company is doing is basically they are looking at a lot of data from the rental deposit space. So basically, they remove the need completely for rental security deposits. And how they're able to do that, and here's where the AI tool comes in. So there is a lot of data that's being used with today's world. You have the open banking API, you can plug that in, and there's also a lot of existing data from renters who've been renting, almost their whole life. And in that data, you can actually price such that I can understand whether he's a bad actor, he's not going to be paying my rent in a couple of months, or he's a good actor and he's been consistently having transactions in and out of his bank. He's been in recent transaction, not just credit history, but recent transaction being a good player. So I do think like using data and that function is actually very useful. And what the AI tool comes in to do is that they can dynamically price this specific subscription fee that the renter actually pays instead of paying a rental deposit with that small amount of subscription fee priced based on whether this person is a good actor or not, not so good actor, and it's going to be delinquent on his rent. So I do think that that's something that is not talked about enough, because there's a lot of this kind of data that can be better priced to actually create dynamic pricing for a whole consumer sector that is probably on a fixed pricing or a batch pricing in a certain category. And AI is the best place to use it because there's so much data to process, and you can't do that on a human level that is possible to make it commercially viable. So this is just an example in the rental property or security deposit area, but there are many other areas that you can do that to dynamically price for individuals based on the certain characteristics, based on certain behavior and data sets that you have.